I know who God says I am, what he says I am, where he says I'm at. I know who I am. Real quick to my mom, if you're watching this, thank you for the light. It is actually really cloudy right now and it's raining outside, and I use natural lighting for my videos, but she bought me this little light with a tripod with it, and the lighting is great. So thank you, mom, if you're watching this. Shout out to you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dariana Rosales, and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Dariana Rosales. I would love it if you could subscribe down below and become part of the YouTube family we have going on here. Click the little square right here that has a little DR here, so you can become subscribe and become part of the YouTube family, and you'll see more of me. And if you're not new, hi, welcome back. I knew you'd be back. If you haven't gone to go see my last video, I will link it up here. Go check it out. For today's video, I kind of have been wanting to make it, but I wasn't sure. But at the same time, I was like, no, I have to make this video because I wanted to make sure that the dream that I had was from God. And as I was opening my Bible to read the commandments, I opened it to a random page. I don't even have like the bookmark inserted on this page, and I opened it to Proverbs 2 verse 1, and this is what it says. I'm reading in the New Living Translation, but I'll insert a picture if you don't have the Bible with you. And it says, "My child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insights and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures. Then you will understand what it means to fear the Lord, and you will gain knowledge of God, for the Lord grants wisdom." So basically the first line is what stood out to me, and I do have it highlighted where it says, "My child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands." I also have on my laptop the 10 Commandments. So, you know, that was just clarification for me that I needed to make this video. First, let's read the commandments so we know what they are if you don't know what they are. Okay, wow, my Bible actually has the 10 Commandments written like this. I do read the New Living Translation, so just a heads up. But the first one says, "I am the Lord your God. You must not have any other God but me." And that's literally the one that I'm going to be talking about today. 2, you must not make for yourself an idol of any kind. That's connected to the one I'm going to talk about today. 3, you must not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Use his name in vain. 4, remember to observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 5, honor your father and mother, then you will live a long, full life in the land of the Lord your God is giving you. 6, you must not murder. 7, you must not commit adultery. 8, you must not steal. 9, you must not testify falsely against your neighbor. And 10, you must not covet. So now that we know the 10 Commandments, I want to talk about the first and the second one that says, "I am the Lord your God. You must not have any other God but me." The second one, you must not make of yourself an idol of any kind. So don't praise yourself. Don't worship yourself. Don't keep yourself thinking like it's just you, and focus on yourself and make yourself the priority of everything else and above God. This ties in perfectly to the dream that I had. It was actually the day that I recorded my last video that I uploaded. It was at 10 p.m. at night, I believe, that I recorded that video, and I edited the next day. The day that I edited and uploaded it to YouTube, I took a nap afterwards, and right before I fell asleep, I asked God, please talk to me in a dream, because there have been a couple of occasions where I believe God has spoken to me through a dream, and I haven't heard his voice in a while. And I also spoke in my last video that there are people who have heard God's voice, and I am not one of them, and that I would never put myself in a position where I question God on that, like, oh, like, I don't believe in you because I haven't heard your voice and these other people have, because I know that he would tell me to be quiet because he's done so many things for me, and I've been witnesses of miracles that he's done, and so it would be very wrong of me to ask him to do that for belief when I already believe in him. And it was weird because as I was falling asleep, I asked him to speak to me in a dream, and had this dream. And in this dream, I was walking. I don't know where I was, or like who, no one was around me or anything that I remember. And I was walking, and then all of a sudden I get sent up to the clouds. So I am basically walking on clouds, and all I see is clouds everywhere, and I'm alone basically up there, and I'm confused. I don't know what had just happened because I was walking, and then all of a sudden I'm in the clouds. So the first thing that I thought was like, I died. I was like, I am dead and I am in the clouds, and I was looking for something or for someone, and I saw no one in sight. And then I made the connection that I was in heaven, because, you know, we incorporate the clouds, you know, with godly and heaven. And so when I died, I was okay, I'm in heaven, but there's no one here. So what is this, you know? And so as I was looking around, I feel like the presence of something huge, something big behind me. It had like a presence, and I could feel it towering over me, and I was actually scared to turn around and see what it was or who it was. And I remember just like looking straight. I'm like, oh my goodness, there is something behind me. I can feel the presence of it, and it is huge. And then I hear this voice, and it starts out soft at first, but then it gets loud. It gets like really loud. And it basically got to the point not where it was screaming, but the voice sounded very thick, very powerful, and loud. They weren't screaming at me, but it was just like loudly and clearly. I heard the voice say, "You are not to have any other idols. Stop worshiping other things that are not me and put me in first place. Stop putting other things before me." And I heard this so loud that I felt like my head was gonna explode. It just like, for example, it was like if you had gone to a place where they have like a huge speaker, and like you like stand right next to it and it's on full blast, and you have like two speakers next to it, like I felt like my head was gonna explode because it was so loud. And I felt like vibrations basically. I felt like as they were speaking, like clouds were like vibrating a bit. But I loudly and clearly heard the voice say, "Stop putting other things before me. Make me your first in everything, and stop idolizing other things that are not me." And I was like, I just remember that. And then I remember I came back to earth, back to walking, and I woke up. And I was just like, well, it was in the clouds, and the voice was loud and powerful, and it told me not to idolize anything and to put him before anything. It had to be God. Now, I will not say that I heard his voice, because, listen, I do believe that it was his voice in the dream, but I am not going to say, oh yeah, I heard God's voice, because I just can't. I just can't say that, you know. I don't know if those that have heard his voice, if you have, please let me know in the comments down below what it sounded like to you, or like what it was. But like, I just heard it and I just felt like it was powerful, and that like, and it was so close to me that I felt like my head was gonna explode because of the like powerfulness of it. And so yeah, I can't say that because I wish I could, but like I'm not 100%. I just know that I went up to the clouds and the voice said this, and I felt the tremendous presence, and that's what they said to me. But I do believe that word was for me, because I did mention to you guys in my previous video that I had distanced myself from him. But I have been wanting to share the video, and so I do believe that it's a word for somebody else too. That maybe we have just gotten into the mess of this world and have been prioritizing other things before God, or have been putting other things at number one and then God, or we have been idolizing things. And idolizing things, it doesn't mean that you're just gonna idolize someone. It can be an object too. Like, what is taking up all of your time that you don't have time for God anymore? What is taking up all your effort that you don't put the same effort into God anymore? What is in your thoughts 24/7 that is where God used to be, or where God wants to be with you? Like, think about that, because I actually took a religion class this past semester, and it made me realize a lot of things. And one of the things was idolizing things. There are a few religions that don't allow you to idolize things, and Christianity is one of them. And because of the commandments, it clearly says, number 1 and number 2, I am the Lord your God. You must not have any other God but me. So he is the only God. And 2, you must not make for yourself an idol of any kind. So you can also idolize yourself. If you're one of those people that, I am not hating, I love exercising, and I do understand why people do it, but there comes to a point where you're idolizing yourself. You're making yourself look as, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you think you're that. You know, everything's you. This is for you. It matters for how you look, and this, and that. And then there's no space for God. But yeah, I do believe that we do need to sit down and think about what are our priorities right now, and what are we putting our efforts into, and is God in that, and is God in the place that he should be in. I had been knowing this for a while, that like I do need to put him back as number 1, and this dream just clarified it for me, and so yeah, in the dream I did feel like he was upset with me, but he wasn't yelling, so it didn't make me scared. It was more of, let me tell you what to do so you can get closer to me, and I can give you the unconditional love that I have for you. And yeah, it wasn't in a negative way in any shape or form, but ever since that dream, it has had me thinking, and I do hope that you guys take my dream under consideration. And if it's a word for you, like, try to set your priorities straight and put God in his place, and talk to him, and see what it is that, if you don't know what it is that could be preventing you from having a strong relationship with God, then speak to him. I just really wanted to share that with you guys. I felt it, like, to share it with you guys, and I just thought it was, I don't believe in coincidences, so I just knew, after I posted that video, and I asked him to speak to me in a dream, and then that happened. And then right now with the commandments, opened it to a random page, and I hope you guys stay safe and healthy, and that you guys have a blessed day, week, month, life. And don't forget that you are loved, you are saved, and you are new in Jesus Christ. I'll see you next time, because you'll be back. Bye.